Hey guys, welcome back. Coming at you from Maryland. While that Iron Man and Infamous game was going on, Vicious and the Jesters finished up their game. Vicious won 6-3, so they are 3 for 3 right now. They'll be battling Thunder out soon, so we'll see if they can go 4-0. Until then, we're going into Damage versus X Factor, so we'll see who takes this win.
So here we go. Next big matchup of the day as we are about to watch San Antonio X Factor throw down against Tampa Bay Damage. And, you know, styles make fights. And we have two conflicting styles here. Tampa Bay Damage, traditionally known as a little bit more, well, a much more conservative team, though they do have aggressive players playing their ones. Brian Smith, we haven't seen in the Snake too much for them, who had an amazing event in Dallas when they took second place to Dynasty. And then also they have Chad Bouchier. And you know, and he plays on the Dorito side mostly. Man, he can play really aggressive, so they do have those options, but traditionally known as a little bit more of a conservative team. On the flip side, San Antonio X Factor definitely not a conservative team. So let's see who is going to take this matchup here.
Looks like X Factor tried to go to the A right in the break, trying to make damage. I think if they're going to be doing that a lot, and like you said, X Factor, two different styles completely.
Yeah, and so we see it right here. You know, X Factor immediately into Snake 2, and Tampa Bay Damage are all stuck in those back bunkers, and it looks like X Factor lost Dixon Yang. He was shot by Brian Smith, and so X Factor down a body here to start this game out. Rumsey El Yusuf able to make it into Snake 1. Right now, you're looking at that Dorito side lineup for San Antonio X Factor. It's got one player over there on the left-hand portion of your screen. I'm sorry, two players. And it looks like Scott Kemp and Colt Roberts for San Antonio X Factor on that Dorito side. 19 minutes to go here.
You know, Damage will have no problem playing these 8, 9, 10-minute games. Talking to Coach over there earlier, they said they'll play out. They don't care if they get a 1-0 game or 2-0. They just want to get to that next. They want to get to tomorrow.
Hey, just win. I totally understand. And so here we go. But San Antonio X Factor, I'm sure they'll take the same way. But, you know, it's one of those things that X Factor, it's tough for them to sit for long. You know, you got Colt Roberts, he's hyper aggressive. Billy Bernaccia plays best when he's playing aggressive. Oh, but look at this. Colt Roberts getting shot out of his bunker. I think that might have been, yeah, Rumsey El Yusuf cross field. Yeah, nice job by Rumsey.
I think Colt was hanging back a little bit and got clipped right there in the loader.
So it's not looking good, this first point for San Antonio X Factor.
And with X Factor, they just came off that close game with Tauntaun, so now they're 2-1, and Damage is 2-0. And now that Ironman game just finished, they're 1-2, and Infamous is 1-2. They're 1-2, so
it's getting crazy.
It's getting crazy.
It's getting crazy. Yeah, and, you know, again with this new Champions and Challengers format, two teams from the Champions division will be dropping down and getting relegated to the Challengers division, and two teams from the Challengers division will bump up. Right now, it's looking like the favorites in the Challengers division gotta be Vicious, as they're 3-0, and then also 187 has been putting on people out there. It looks like, you know, I talked to Rich Telford about it, and he was saying that, you know, they really got it together. 187 looking real crisp at this event. So those are the two favorites early on here in this tournament to advance back up to the Champions division. Score right now still 0-0, 17:23 on the clock. And let's check in with Lauren Kelly. She has the coach from Tampa Bay Damage, Kevin Brethauer. What do you got for us, Lauren?
Yeah, guys, standing down here in the Damage pits with SK. SK, you've been watching X Factor. You know they're going to come aggressive. Are you guys going to meet them with the aggression, or are you going to wait for them to make mistakes?
We play our own game. We don't really change for anybody. I play how my guys are playing. Really has nothing to do with them.
Okay, and how are you going to have them play?
The way they always play, like smart.
All right, we'll see if you guys can pull this out.
Not a man of many words.
Nah.
So here we go, 16:42 on the clock, and now moves being made. Well, I mean, he is right. They definitely play smart. Tampa Bay Damage is known for that. A lot of it, because I mean, stacked with veterans. Tampa Bay, as a core, has been playing together for a long time. Won tournaments together. won World Cups. I mean, these guys are, you know, they know how to play the game.
They're a veteran team, and like you said, their traditional play is slow with a balanced attack, and this field is perfect for them.
And look at this, Rumsey El-Yusuf now turns up the aggression over here on the Snake side of the field, able to get into that 50-yard line. He's backed up by Brian Smith. Brian Smith right behind him. Well, actually, he's one section of the Snake back in Snake 1. And now still 2 players alive for San Antonio X Factor over on this Snake side of the field. They got Billy Bernacchi and Zach Wake. Zach Wake been backing up Billy. And it's so tough to tell. Like, that's kind of a roll of the dice. Like, well, who do you put in the Snake as the one, the official one? Either Billy Bernacchi or Zach Wake. They're both really aggressive. I can't even really pick who would be more aggressive, honestly. And neither one of them really perfectly situated for that too. But, you know, they're doing what they need to do over here on the Snake side. It's the Dorito side that's been dropping the ball at this point for San Antonio X Factor. And it looks like here comes the hammer. Rumsey El-Yusuf is going to put it on Billy Bernacchi and Zach Wake as well. So Rumsey El-Yusuf stepping up here in this first point. Scott Kemp got shot by Rumsey. Colt Roberts got taken out. So basically Rumsey shooting cross field from the Snake side takes out the entire Dorito side for San Antonio X Factor. And with 15-18 on the clock, they are going to go up 1. And they only lost Rumsey. So, you know, like SK Ken Brethauer was talking about, you know, playing tight there. Rumsey, there he is. You know, man, really stepping it up this particular point for Tampa Bay Damage. And we are going to be back here in just a few moments. Score 1-0. We are back. 3 games remain here in Saturday's competition as we are starting to figure out who is going to be playing for first and second, or trying to fight to get to the first and second matchup tomorrow. And right now, Tampa Bay Damage taking on San Antonio X Factor with the early lead here. And about to get set. Start this next point, this game brought to you by Avid Extreme Sports. If you're in the North Texas area or Oklahoma, definitely check it out. They got a new field, man. It's going great over there. And Ryan Gray, big supporter of paintball in that area of the world. So definitely help the companies that support the sport. All the companies that you see advertising with the webcast are, they're the companies that, you know, basically they are the prime movers behind the whole paintball scene. So make sure you let them know that you appreciate them bringing paintball to you guys. So here we go, 14:50 to go.
And we got 1 eliminated on San Antonio X Factor and 1 damaged, both on the break. So yeah, 4 on 4.
It was Dimitri Ninos getting that shot on Timmy Probst. Archie Montemayor, he comes off early as well for San Antonio X Factor. And right now, better field position as Keith Brown, Tampa Bay Damage into Snake 2. Keith Brown, one of the fastest players in the league and able to get in there early. Billy Bernacchi stuck in this back corner over here. You see now he's going to try to dip there into Snake 1. He does, able to make that move in there. So, no, and it looks like Dimitri gets shot by Jacob Edwards. So Jason and Jacob Edwards, the Edwards brothers, combining to take out Archie and Dimitri, which is not going to help San Antonio X Factor try to get on the board here. You know, X Factor defeated the Tauntauns in a real close matchup earlier on this afternoon. And we just watched the Ironmen lose a very close game against LA Infamous, who desperately needed a win. And then we're going to see Los Angeles Ironmen take on the Tauntauns after this game, and Tampa Bay Damage take on Los Angeles Infamous to close out the day. 13:37 to go here. Keith Brown getting up there in the 50-yard line. Snake. He's got Brian Smith behind him. Brian Smith's way far back. Now here comes Brian Smith launching as Keith Brown's engaging with the last player, Grayson Goff. And Yeah, so actually, no, that was Jacob. So Jacob Edwards was behind Keith Brown over here. So X Factor going to have to get it together here. Ryan Brand's going to have to try to stoke his players up and see if they can stay alive in their bunkers, as too many early deaths has been the story for San Antonio X Factor with the score 2-0, 13:25 to go. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Steve Rabikoff, and we'll be right back.
You love paintball? Of course you do. We all do. Do you want free paintballs? Of course you do. We all do. Well, you can help us make a difference. Paintball is the greatest sport on the planet. We all know that. But we need your help to introduce our sport to the future generations.
Introducing the JT First Shot 3-on-3 Paintball Tournament. It's intended for new players with no previous tournament experience, and our first event will be at the PSP Chicago Open on June 22nd. This will be a 3-man race-to-2 format with JT Splatmaster and JT Paintball Mechanical Division. Entry fee is $75 per team, which includes 3 matches on a miniature PSP sub-air field. You will get all the equipment and paint needed to play, a free JT First Shot t-shirt, and prizes will be awarded for first through third place. As a special bonus, you'll receive free grandstand tickets, 50% discount off all adult grandstand tickets, pro tips, coaching from professional teams like Infamous, Dynasty, Excessive, Impact, and many others.
Hey guys, this is your chance to get free paint, make an impact, and grow our sport. For every team that you can recruit, you will receive a free case of Empire Ultra Evil Paintball. So get involved, recruit, get free paint, and most importantly, let's grow the sport.
Big special shout out to the PSP sponsors. Without these companies, paintball at this level just doesn't happen. Empire Paintball, Dye, GI Sports. I'd like to thank them for having Steve Rabikoff up here. Also Planet Eclipse, DLX, and the HK Army. So again, if you're a fan of tournament paintball, please minimize this window, go to one of these companies' websites, buy something, email them, go to their Facebook pages, and let them know that you support them, supporting us. And you know, paintball's making a big resurgence this year. This event sold out, last event sold out, and you know, I mean,
they're selling out everywhere.
Yeah, economy what? You know what I'm saying? And things are looking good right now, all across the board.
I'm running a league in Texas, and it's selling out. So everywhere you go, Matt.
And where can people go to get information about that?
axbl.us.
All right, so let's check out the action happening on the field. Dixon Yang struggling early on here. Archie Montemayor as well, as they both leave. And so Jesse Stevens getting a spin, and he gets shot by Jason Edwards. So San Antonio X Factor is struggling right now. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly, the coach for San Antonio X Factor, the assistant coach Paul Richards.
Hey guys, down here in the X Factor pit with Paul Richards. You guys are behind 2 points. What kind of plays are you going to try to run to make sure you get some points on the board?
Well, we tried early to shake them up a little bit to get them out of their rhythm, and it didn't work. Right now we're matching them up. We're shooting the lanes that we're used to shooting, so we're just going to have to play some X Factor paintball and see how it turns out. All
right, we'll see if that's enough. Back to you guys.
Well, craziness is ensuing right now on the field. Jesse Stevens got a major penalty, and then just as it looked like it was going Tampa Bay Damage's way, nope, they lose a ton of bodies. So it looked like, okay, maybe X Factor was going to get back into it, but then Brian Smith and Rainey Stanzik able to step up, and really Rainey getting it done, getting 2 kills on Billy Bernacci and Scott Kemp to seal the deal here. So Tampa Bay Damage is going to go up 3-0. That's that dreaded 3-point spread. Not looking good for X Factor. Let's see if they can pick it up. 11:45 on the clock, and we'll be right back.
ANSgear.com has the world's largest inventory of paintball equipment, including guns, masks, loaders, paintballs, tanks, and clothing. With free shipping on all orders over $100. Shop now at ANSgear.com.
Kevin Brethauer, the coach for Tampa Bay Damage, looking sharp today.
Looking sharp. Brought out the suit.
Hey, keeping it classy.
Keeping it classy.
You know, so nice job so far by Skinny Kevin Brethauer and the rest of the crew from Tampa Bay Damage as they're putting it on San Antonio X Factor. And though that last point was very chaotic with that major penalty on Jesse Stevens, he's still going to have to serve 25 seconds in the box. But, you know, Tampa Bay Damage winning the close points, and they were blowing and San Antonio X Factor out early. So not looking good for them right now. 11 minutes, 37 seconds to go here, and the guys doing damage for Tampa Bay Damage. Rainey Stanzik, 2 kills in that last point. Chad Boucher's coming on the field. He's got 2 confirmed. And, you know, Brian Smith, he's only got 1 right now. So let's see if he can get some production over here. So it's going to be Rainey Stanzik, Brian Smith, Keith Brown, Chad Boucher, and Timmy Probst taking the field for Damage. And for San Antonio X Factor, Colt Roberts, Archie Montemayor, Billy Bernaccia getting 5 kills so far in this match. He struggled earlier on in their win against the Tauntauns. Yeah, but stepping it up this game, though, it's really not helping much, because if you look at everybody else, no one's killing anybody. Justin Stevens in the box, he's got 0 kills. Wake, he hasn't contributed. Archie's been struggling, and so has Colt Roberts. So
they need to get those guys going.
Yeah, man, if you got Colt Roberts and Archie 3 points into a game, almost, you know, 9 minutes in, and they haven't killed anybody, it's not looking good for X Factor right now. So here we go on the breakout, looking at X Factor, breaking out wide on the snake side. Billy Bernaccia, let's see if he stays alive. He does. Zach Wake now hopscotches him, but he ends up getting shot trying to get around. And then here comes, might be a penalty, and referees over there. So Zach Wake coming off, now a penalty. Wow, so X Factor falling apart at the seams here. Colt Roberts getting taken out. Who was that penalty on? I think that might have been, I think it was maybe Colt Roberts that got that penalty. Might have got shot in the pack and not known it.
I think they're calling it on Zach.
And yeah, so Jesse Stevens comes out of the box into a hail of paintballs. And just Billy Bernaccia, last player left alive. So unfortunately for X Factor, you know, Billy decided to step it up and bring some game to this matchup. But unfortunately for X Factor, no one else has.
Yeah, and I think Zach's walking over to the refs trying to figure out why he got a penalty, because he got hit in the head and got right up. So let's see what happens here.
Yeah, so 10 minutes, 42 seconds remain here. All Tampa Bay Damage. We'll be right back after this.
Odds of surviving a hippo attack. Odds of surviving a car fire. Odds of surviving a helicopter crash. Odds of you winning this tournament. Odds of you winning a prize from Valken, especially if you head over to Facebook and enter our Paintball Access Daily Contest. Enter, win, celebrate.
Did you hear that? Hear what? Tanks? 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 Tanks! Tanks! Oh yeah, tanks! Night, night! Tanks! 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 Weasel free!
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
Россия – это страна с очень сложными погодными условиями.
Not only is the Spire small and lighter than leading competitors,
the Spire is designed to take the toughest abuse that paintball puts out and keep feeding no matter how bad your paint or weather gets.
With a true 200 round capacity, it holds more paint as well.
Not only is it easier to take apart, but more importantly, it's easier to put back together. Find out more at virtuespire.com.
Make sure to sign up for the 2013 PSP Chicago Open, coming at you June 20th through the 23rd, and it's held at the CPX Sports. Awesome facility in Joliet, Illinois, right outside of Chicago. Make sure to go to pspevents.com, sign up early. That event is definitely going to sell out. Both the events so far this year have sold out, and it's probably going to be that way for pretty much every event here in the PSP. We're at the second stop on the tour here in OXCC, or Paintball Park in Chesapeake City, Maryland. And we got ourselves a game in which it's just been all Tampa Bay damage. And San Antonio X Factor, no answer whatsoever for anything the damage has done.
And they're not helping with getting those penalties either.
Yeah, no, the penalties are definitely not helping. So make sure to like us on Facebook, Paintball Access. Also follow us on Instagram and Twitter for a lot of behind-the-scenes action in the paintball world. Help us spread the paintball gospel. Lots of interesting, fascinating stories all around the globe, man. Paintball is a really charismatic activity with a lot of, interesting people that take part in it.
Yeah, I just got back from Europe, Texas last week. Paintball is going worldwide.
Yeah, I'm going to be at the CPS event in Paris next weekend. Looking forward to heading over there and seeing how things are shaking down on the other side of the pond. So here we go.
Yeah, it looks like X Factor lost Scott Kemp over there on the Dorito 1. So they just can't stay alive on the break. They're getting to their spots, and they're just getting shot out afterwards. So they're making it, but then they're just getting dinked out, and like moving to that Dorito 1 again.
Yeah, and Colt Roberts is struggling on the Dorito side, and that's an issue for San Antonio X Factor because, if Colt Roberts is not aggressive, not playing smart and aggressive over there, and basically been seeing him die out of his spot, which that's rare. Colt's real consistent normally. He's that guy you can always count on. Or actually, no, I'm sorry, take that back. It was Grayson Goff taking the walk early and Scott Kemp. Colt Roberts not actually out here on this point, but there is Billy Bernacci, Archie Montemayor, and Dimitri Ninos left on the field for San Antonio X Factor. The issue is they're looking at 5 bodies for Tampa Bay damage. So, X Factor not shooting anybody off the break.
Not shooting anybody off the break. But look, here they are in Snake 2. If he decides to go around and get to that Dorito, he could try to dictate how he wants to play the game here instead of waiting for damage to come, because they're going to start coming down the field here shortly.
Yeah, and it's also got to be tough for Paul Richards, who's one of the coaches for San Antonio X Factor. Is he helped Tampa Bay damage to a lot of wins, and just recently came over to San Antonio X Factor to help bolster their coaching lineup in the offseason. So here we go. Let's see. And the thing is San Antonio X Factor, and they got nothing to lose in this game right now because they're down 4. So, regardless of the fact, they either need to blow the horn or Archie, Billy, and Dimitri need to get something going here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, look, guys. Oh, and referee pulling out Dimitri. So Dimitri gets hit out of his bunker, and as soon as that happened, then looks like he got clipped in the pack.
They just can't stay alive. I mean, they're getting to their spots, and Damage is just playing that good. I mean, they're playing great so far this whole weekend.
Yeah, Damage looks really good. I'd have to say the 2 teams that look the best are Tampa Bay Damage and Edmonton Impact and Dynasty. Got to obviously include Dynasty in there as well. Those 3 teams really looking solid. Everyone else is kind of hit or miss. So here we go, 8 minutes and 39 seconds left in this matchup where San Antonio X Factor's got a big fat goose egg up there. Again, this match brought to you by Avid Extreme Sports.
There's two teams out there that are their fans right now. Infamous is pulling for them, and so are the Ironmen right now. So those 2 teams, because they're both 1 and 2, and X Factor's 2 and 1 right now. So that puts, if X Factor continues this, they'll be 2 and 2, and then anything could happen.
Yeah, well, here we go. We'll be right back after this. See what happens in this matchup between Tampa Bay Damage and San Antonio X Factor. Here we go. Let's see this breakout. And looks like Tampa Bay Damage trying to get out wide. Standard breakout here for them. Pretty much most teams. They send Keith Brown. No, yeah, Keith Brown.
Snake 2 right in the break.
All the way to Snake 2.
X-Factor's in Snake 1. And they just shoot out. Who's that? Brian Smith, yep, he's out. They got him on that Snake quarter, so.
So Tampa Bay Damage only 2 points away from taking this race to 7 victory here. But they do lose Brian Smith, and that's basically the first early death we've seen from anybody on Tampa Bay Damage so far this match. They're gunfighting awesome right now.
Yeah, they're getting it done. And X Factor, they need to put some points on the board because they can't go down and lose a 7-0 game, not having a 2-2.
Exactly like you were saying, Rab, is that with the way these brackets are so close, this particular bracket is really close. So, you know, that point spread is really going to kill them, man, if they can't put some points on the board here. So right now, Tampa Bay Damage just locking up those lanes, shooting those crossfield lanes, rolling their guns, get into some safe spots. The safe spots on the field are that stand-up tower on the Dreidel side, Dreidel 1. Get into Snake 2, which Keith Brown does, and now he's looking crossfield.
I mean, like X Factor, you're down 5-0. 7 minutes left. You gotta find a way here to get to these next bunkers here and try to put your will on these guys, man.
You have to find a way. Something has to. I mean, regardless, you're losing 5-0 with 7 minutes left. If you don't put points on the board, I mean, what's the worst can happen? You lose 2 more points.
Yeah.
Well, which the way that they've been playing so far, that's what could happen anyway. So at least try to find some sort of move and work your way into position. You know. And you got to do it fast to really have any chance whatsoever of trying to get back in the match. But most importantly, put points on the board so that that point spread is so crucially important here.
Look at right now, Zach Wake. He needs to look how he's going to get down and take out Keith Brown. Look, no one is protecting him right now for damage. Now he just comes out of the back corner here, but he still has to find a way to take him out and let his Snake player behind him do the damage after that.
Well, the thing is that Tampa Bay's just going to hide.
Yeah.
All the X Factor is going to see is tips of goggles and edges of loaders. And look at this though, as looks like Jason Edwards drops the ball in Dreidel 1, and he ends up getting shot out. Zach Wake though, he gets shot out of the Snake. So main attacker on the Snake side is dead for San Antonio X Factor, and it looks like Grayson Goff, though, right behind him. He gets taken out as well, so not looking good for San Antonio X Factor all of a sudden here. I thought for a second they might have a chance with Jason Edwards getting shot, but Rainey filled that spot immediately. Oh, but look at this. Big move down on the Dreidel side of the field. Colt Roberts handling business, and he's going to come and execute Keith Brown. So nice job by Colt Roberts. And Rab, that's exactly what we were talking about. Somebody's got to get out there and make a play, and Colt Roberts finally does. So good job by Colt Roberts finally getting in this match and getting on the board with some kills there.
Do something. You need points. Well, if you can't win this match with being 2-1 right now and these other games still playing, you need as many points as you can get to hope the paintball gods are watching you.
Well, Colt Roberts did amazing that point. Finally getting on the board on the kill counts, got himself 2 there. But between Archie and Colt, they've only combined for 3 kills total in these points, and that's real bad. So let's check in. We have this whole other division, professional division, the Challengers division, and yeah, let's check in here with looks like Shane Piston is down with Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, the X Factor versus Damage game is still going on while Colt Roberts was doing work to get a point up on that board. Royalty was finishing their game against who was it? DMG? Correct. All right, and you guys won, making it 2 for 2 today and 2 out of 4 total. What did you bring into today that made you get those 2 wins that you so needed?
I think that the main factor for us was believing in ourselves and believing in each other, and it seems like the guys are finally starting to believe that we can play at this level. And, they're young and inexperienced, so at this level. So, you know what? Here we go. We had a great day, and right now we need Vicious to beat Thunder, and we get to play tomorrow. So hopefully we can see Vicious do work, and then maybe we can bang with the boys again tomorrow.
All right, and if you get to play tomorrow, what are the main things you're going to focus on so you can make sure you get those wins again?
Oh, we're going to attack. That's our whole philosophy of the team and just what we're all about. And you never win a tournament being passive, and you know what? That's all we know how to do.
All right, well, thank you so much, Shane. Good luck. And let's see if X Factor can get another point on the board.
Here we go. 5 minutes and 29 seconds remain. San Antonio X Factor finally getting on the board there to avoid any sort of skunking. And it was on the back of Colt Roberts' play down on that Dorito side. So doesn't look like Colt Roberts coming out for this point. They're going to give him a rest. And Dick, okay, well, and it looks like a timeout being called by Tampa Bay Damage, so trying to ice San Antonio X Factor down. Let's look at Colt Roberts do a little handiwork over here on the Dorito side of the field. It's in the shadows there, and you're going to see Colt Roberts push down. Look at that. Boom. Comes all the way down, just obliterates Rainey Stanzik, and then he's going to try to go run down Keith Brown. Didn't have to, though, because over on the opposite side of the field, here comes Dixon Yang, longtime X Factor veteran, running down Keith Brown, putting a couple into his chest. Here comes Dixon Yang. Nice job. So, San Antonio X Factor playing good that point. So a little breath of fresh air for them. But, you know, it's really been, honestly, really the only person that's got consistent work done for X Factor is Billy Bernacchi. He's got 5 confirmed kills. So, but the problem with, it's just not enough.
No, you
not
can't have
enough.
5, and Grayson's got 1, and Archie's got 1. Dixon.
So, yeah, and Zach Wake still has yet to shoot anybody out there.
And they need to step up and keep getting as many points as they can get at this point. Because Damage, they will keep digging bringing out the shovels and digging to get that win. And they don't care.
Exactly. Yeah, they'll whatever they need to do to get that win. They don't have to do anything. They already got 5 points on the board. 32 seconds to go. Next up, we got Los Angeles Ironmen taking on the Tauntauns. And then after that, Tampa Bay Damage will play their last game against Los Angeles Infamous. So, you know, Damage looking like they are going to go 3-0 with this win here against San Antonio X Factor. Now, the game's not over yet.
Nope.
Game is not over yet, but, I mean, X Factor's going to have to completely shift gears to try to get back in this game. And, you know, we just haven't seen anything out of them yet so far here in this match. But they did beat the Tauntauns earlier on, so they have a fighting chance. All right, on the breakout, X Factor able to get Billy Bernacchi into Snake 1. They're going to have to play quick points. Oh, but they lose Zach Wake coming off that back line. And so it's just going to be Billy Bernacchi over here on the Snake side. That's not going to help out their cause here, but they do shoot Chad Bouchier off that Dorito side. Look at Billy Bernacchi rolling his gun towards that Dorito side, but he needs to look to move up. I mean, even, oh, but he loses Dixon. I was say he still has Dixon Yang next to him, but Dixon Yang comes off early, dying out of his bunker. So
now
San Antonio X Factor. Yeah, now he's in your solo. And now the problem is 3 bodies for X Factor, 4 for Damage. Nope, now 2 left for X Factor, and Archie gets shot as well. So Grayson Goff and Billy Bernacchi, the last 2 players left alive. And, you know, that's actually not surprising because Grayson Goff and Grayson Goff and Billy have, you know, Grayson's got 2 kills, Billy 5. So they've been putting in some work over here for X Factor. And Tampa Bay Damage now coming down. Here comes Brian Smith. And he gets shot cross field. So 1 player left alive for X Factor. It's Grayson Goff, who was their #1 ranked player from 2012. And he's going to have to try to pull off a miracle here. Looking at 3 bodies coming at him. And he gets shot out. So Ramzi Al Yusuf cleaning it up. Taking out last player for San Antonio X Factor. Still got 4 minutes remaining here in this match.
Damage are looking good.
Never been close. This game was never close. It pretty much, as soon as the opening horn sounded out, it was just been all Tampa Bay Damage so far. But, you know, I'm really excited to see this LA Ironman Tauntauns game because, you know, the Ironmen lost to Infamous, so, you know, and they need to win this game.
They're 1-2 right now, as the Tauntauns are 1-2 as well. So the winner here puts a 2-2, and X Factor's gonna finish 2-2. So that point differential right now, X Factor, they need to get some points here.
Well, let's check out this replay, and it's Brian Smith jumping over, running the highway, the inside part of the Snake, and getting a shot on Billy Bernacchi, who was, you know, just doing anything he could. I mean, honestly, Billy did what Billy needed to do. Billy got up the field. He was in good position and looking to move forward, but everybody behind him died. They lost Zach Wake off the break, and yeah, getting close to getting a penalty there. Billy Bernacchi is.
That's close.
Yeah, that was close, and that'll be the last thing that X Factor would need right now. So little bit of wind out of the sails here from X Factor is looking like they're going to go 2-2, like you said. We're looking in the pits right now for Tampa Bay. New pickup, actually, Alex Young. Hasn't seen any playing time, really, but Tampa Bay Damage has been trying some guys out, I think, to put pressure on their existing core roster.
Yep.
Because, man, you look at the roster, it's just studs on every position. And, you know, even their guys that are not necessarily, you know, the constant starters like Keith Brown are still really good. So, you know, for anyone to come into Tampa Bay's system and think that they're just going to go out and earn their spot lickety-split against guys like Brian Smith and Keith Brown and Chad Boucher, I mean, that's really hard to do. But that being said, you still need to have guys that are there in case somebody gets hurt, and also guys that are grinding. Yeah, because you never know. Like somebody, you know, these guys have been playing this for a long time, so and they're very successful over the years. You know, how long can they keep that fire burning, that intensity that you need to win tournaments?
Looks like Keith Brown is taken out, going to the Snake, and X Factor's now in Snake 2. And Tampa Bay Damage is heading to Snake 1. So, nope, he's eliminated. So they lose both players on the Snake side. And here comes a penalty.
Oh, so penalty.
On Tim Props.
Oh, Timmy Props getting a penalty. And it looks like, oh, so X Factor, though, losing their player in the Snake.
That's okay. Tampa Bay Damage still has Jason Edwards on the field.
Yeah, they got Dan Holiday and Jason Edwards still, and Jason Edwards clocking in today. 7 confirmed kills for him in this matchup. 3 minutes left to go here. Let's see if X Factor could put another point on the board, because like you said, Rab, it's all going to come down to point spread, as it looks like 3 teams potentially could go 2-2 in that division.
And you need as many points as you can get.
And here comes Colt Roberts, who is going to run down the second to last player, and that was Jason Edwards. He trades out, though, and so Dixon Yang alive to grab that flag with Scotty Kemp. So nice job by Dixon Yang here, and now 1 more point goes up for San Antonio X Factor, helping out that point spread. 2 minutes and 31 seconds to go here. We're gonna be right back after this. All right, we're back here. Check out all the pro player stats on paintballaccess.com. Go to the player stats section and check out how everyone did in Dallas. The #1 player from Dallas was Bobby Villas from Los Angeles Infamous. He's having a pretty good tournament now, but it's been Damian Ryan really from Infamous. We're going to watch them play here next, as, or I'm sorry, this afternoon, the last game, as they take Tampa Bay Damage. And also, watch it all again. All the games are available all the time, video on demand, in the video on demand section of Paintball Access. And you want to watch some amazing games, man. We've had some really great games here. Dallas had some crazy games, and Dynasty took that victory.
Man, those semifinal games were nuts.
That come from behind victory against Infamous, no joke.
Crazy, and then
yeah,
Impact within feet of tying. It was just amazing, and
then Yosh pulling off that amazing, clutch performance in the finals. So here we go. 2 minutes, 27 seconds remain. Can X Factor try to close the gap, put some more points on the board, and try to increase that point spread? Because like Rab was saying earlier, and a major penalty on, it looks like Todd Morrow. So Todd Morrow hasn't got any playing time really, and as soon as he gets out there for a spin, he gets a major penalty. So, and here comes Colt Roberts pushing forward, able to get all the way into the back line for Tampa Bay before he gets shot, but still 2 players alive for Tampa Bay, wheeling and dealing over here on the Snake side. It's Jacob Edwards and Ramzi Al Yusuf, and they're able to deal with the aggressive push there last minute from Colt Roberts.
Colt needed to take a step back. He didn't have to go all the way cruising through there. There's still so many bunkers for him to go to.
Yeah, but you know, Colt Roberts is one of the smartest players in paintball, man. I mean, that guy knows situational deals and what's up right now. And what's up is they need points.
Yep.
They need to put points on the board in order to have a chance here in this tournament as they're 2-2. So, and they've won close games, so it's not like their point spread's going to be looking all that hot, especially with this shellacking here that they're taking from Tampa Bay Damage. Minute and 22 seconds ago, and it also looks like Rainey Stanzik gets a major penalty for Tampa Bay Damage. So Tampa Bay Damage and San Antonio X Factor will be playing the remaining of this match down a body.
They're waiting for...
So let's check out Brian Smith's stats up here. 6th in this event so far. And, you know, Brian Smith, great. I mean, not only is his kill rating really good, you know, you look at that .85, what that means is he's getting close to 1 kill per point. Now, that's may not seem like much if you haven't been watching tournament paintball for a long time, but to consistently average a kill a point is really hard to do because sometimes, especially for front players, sometimes you get shot off the break, sometimes you have a bad game, sometimes you may not start, somebody else is playing good, you know, so it's...
And you're playing against other quality teams that are doing the same thing towards you, so yeah, that's a great average.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's going to do it. Yeah, so that will be the final game, but before we head out and just check out, look at this, yeah. Well, look at that really, that's technical right there. Yeah, he's doing a real slow crab walk up. Look at this, he's trying to stay as low as he possibly can in order to get a shot there on that Dorito side of the field and back up the center, but yet use the bunker. And that's Rainey. Rainey Stanzik, man. But he was the one that got that major penalty. So, you know, I don't know if he took a hit while he was trying to get up there. You know, it's kind of tough to tell from here, but man, it looked good. So, congratulations to Tampa Bay Damage. Definitely one of the favorites to win this whole deal here at this event, the 2013 Mid-Atlantic Open here, second event, the PSP Tour. And it looks like we have Lauren Kelly on the sidelines. Let's check in.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Chad Bougier of Damage. Congratulations, you guys just beat X Factor. You played a very methodical game. How'd you feel during that match?
We felt very, you know, I felt like we were in control at all times. We shot our lanes. We sort of knew what they were going to do, try to come down the Dorito side. I actually, you know, myself pushed really hard against them, trying to counter that. And then guys behind, we really just slowed them down and sort of gave them their own game. And they didn't really know what to do from there on out. So I felt really in control.
All right, and you're going to be playing Infamous soon, and, you know, they want that win really bad. What are you guys going to be doing? You've scouted them. What do you expect them to do?
Pretty much play just basic paintball. On this field, you can't really do anything crazy. It's just, it comes down to gun game, holding lanes, no penalties, which we got a couple at the end, so we can't be having that. But let's play straight up paintball against them and see if we can get the win.
All right, well, Tauntauns and Ironmen are coming up next. They're both hungry for that win. Who do you suspect will win?
I don't know. I mean, if Ironman plays the game I know they're capable of, I believe they're going to take it. But Tauntaun's also playing strong. Last game, Ironman just got held up a little bit. So, I mean, if they can overcome that, I think they'll take the win against them.
All right, it's anyone's game. We'll see what happens.
I got to shout out to someone really quick. Buddy Max in Windsor, Canada, broke his leg on a BMX bike, so I got to give him a shout out. So
showing some love.
Yeah.